Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Have Grand Riviere residents received the promised reprieve from plumes of dust and cement due to ongoing roadworks? Genevieve Gonzague investigates.
On Tuesday 4th, residents of White Rock Grand Riviere took to the media to express their frustration with roadworks that have been ongoing for over 2 weeks. One day after they expressed their frustrations, the MP for Gros-Islet, Leonard Montoute, assured the constituents that short-term measures would be implemented by the contractor to provide a measure of relief from the plumes of dust and cement. Hot 7 revisited the area to find out whether the situation has in fact been remedied. 2 weeks ago, Hot 7 spoke with John Michel, a resident of the community of Grand Riviere, who said that dust and cement had become a nuisance. 2 weeks later, he says, the only difference is it has rained.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we saw a little more dust. I am very thankful for the Almighty who has been blessing us with showers intermittently that causes there to be less dust, but even between showers, whatever little time there is between showers, we get an accumulation of dust, as can be seen here. Here has been swept, here as in where I'm standing in the porch, it's been swept continuously, almost embarrassingly. You come out here with a broom to try and keep a little sanity and respect to your front.
Michel says authorities did show up. However, what they did not provide much relief to the community.
Fairness to them, they did come and spread the what you can see on the road, the chips, after giving it the normal sealant. That didn't last too long because that was done and it didn't take the rain too long after to come. So between the rain and constant driving, whatever they did appears to be as primitive as the way they're going about it, because as you notice, there's nothing on the road but dust. And that continues to happen and no end in sight. Like I said, thank God that there have been some rain. Between the rain and my watering constantly, we get somewhat of a break from the cement and dust.
The resident explained that he is simply waiting for the day when the authorities finally fix the road, so he does not have to spend all day dusting and sweeping his home. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Following claims by a city vendor that she's being hassled by the CCC to relocate her business with little to no consideration, vendor coordinator Augustine Victor shares the CCC's perspective on the matter.
Vendor coordinator Augustine Victor is disputing claims by a city vendor that she is being asked to move her business for unjustifiable reasons. Victor says the vendor in question has been in discussions with the CCC for her booth to be relocated for several years. By his account, this situation has been dragging on for too long, ever since she refused to be relocated with others who had previously been operating on the same stretch of road.
What happened? The lady who claimed, they claim that as if, that she had been unfair. That is not true. 4 years back, when we was taking out the people from the Ave Maria school, we speak to the lady. We organized an area where the lady was supposed to get her area. She didn't want to go there. She went on the other side. Nobody gave her no permission to go on the other side. But she went there. Luck was on her side. She stayed there for 4 years. Now, the government have a ministry there. We have gone to the lady, speak to the lady, try to accommodate her another location, and whatnot. She refused to. So when she go on radio and say about that it is a victimization, and that is untrue.
Victor claims that she is not being hassled, but instead she is lucky to be allowed to carry on freely for such a long time. He says there have been several attempts to facilitate her relocation, but she has refused to move.
When the vendor saying that she has been fairly unfair, treated very badly, that is untrue. We have tried everything to make sure that vendor get a place to vend. She refused, and she keep on saying that she has been there for 20 odd years, but we never accommodate the lady to go that side. The only thing is that yes, she was paying $3 or $6, which that is for vending. but we never tell her that she have the right to be there. However, she was lucky. She stayed there for 4 years. Now they want the place, and she refused to move.
The vendor coordinator says in order to keep the city efficient, the CCC must ensure that strict guidelines govern all inner city processes. He believes that it is unrealistic to expect one vendor to be an exception to the rule. Jacques Wooding, Hot 7 News.
Professor the Right Honorable Owen Seymour Arthur was laid to rest in his beloved parish of St. Peter on Friday. The long-standing Prime Minister of Barbados passed away on the 27th of July 2020. He was afforded a state funeral. Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, spoke about his immense contribution to the development of Barbados and the Caribbean region. From humble beginnings in Barbados's rural St. Peter Parish, he rose to be a titan of Barbadian politics, eventually becoming the country's longest-serving prime minister and guiding the island through a period of unprecedented growth. He was a steadfast and passionate defender of Caribbean regionalism. He spent much of his political career and even some of his political capital to advance regional integration. Barbados's youngest COVID-19 patient to date is a 1-year-old boy who was diagnosed with the illness on the 11th of August. The boy arrived on island on the 1st of August on a JetBlue flight accompanied by his mother. The mother tested positive on arrival, and both she and the child have been in isolation in St. Lucie since then. Both mother and son are asymptomatic. There are now 144 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Barbados, and 22 people are in isolation. 7 deaths have been recorded so far. In other news, Guyana's Tourism, Industry and Commerce Minister has tested positive for COVID-19, becoming the second cabinet minister to do so within a 7-day period. The minister is in self-isolation and is expected to be monitored in accordance with public health guidelines. President Ali, Prime Minister Phillips, and Vice President Bharat Jagdeo, along with other members of the cabinet, tested negative for COVID-19. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more news coming up after the break.